Hey, Wheatfield, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? This is your girl Lati from Tears and Wheat to Rose Show, where you show enough, never know what you're gonna get. We literally just started recording. We had the prayer going. I look up and the camera is off. Have no idea what happened. Did we press start? No. Maybe that's what happened. I thought we pressed a button to record. I could have swore I saw the red thing up there, and for some reason, something happened. Maybe it was user error. No. Energy stopped the recording. Yeah, why? Something doesn't want it to go out. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Father. Thank you. Are we still sealed? Yes. Okay, guys, we definitely did pray. We did. We have to get the prayer in and say, let me start over. Welcome. Hey, guys, come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Today we got a good message, and I can see why whatever energy don't want this message to come out. Okay, we definitely pray, ask Father to seal this space, but can't come against me, but definitely cut my recording off. Don't know how that happened, but there's a lot of things that happen that I can't necessarily really explain. So we just gonna go with it. Today's message is coming out of our tiny Buddhist book, Guide to Loving Yourself. Yeah, we've been talking about you are good enough, whether other people validate you or not. You are good enough, whether other people validate you or not. Yeah, because see, for the most part, is that people are struggling with their own emotions. I mean, self-discovery is a whole thing. Self-discovery, beloved, is the reason why we're here. The ability to discover you, to discover the source, to see the source, experience creation, experiencing creation. It's a learning lesson so that we can raise up ourselves and raise up our vibrations, match the frequency of the Most High. And to do that, it takes iterations over and over and over again, depending on how you believe. Me, myself, we study texts from all over the plane. How has the Father of creation, spoken to its wheat field all over? And what are the consistencies in that? What are the principles in that? That's why we say we're spiritual, not religious. Very spiritual. It's principalities in this. It's principles. And we talked about giving and receiving. On to giving and receiving. This is tis the season, right? But how many people don't like this season? How many people abhor the holidays? Sasha, how many people feel lonely and sad and grief during the holidays? It is a very tough season for many wheat. It is. Tears be heavy. Yes, they do. And they be coming at you. I mean, the emotions and the energy of it gets magnified, especially this time of year, when you could be potentially missing loved ones and grieving. The holidays may never be the same for you because of something that has happened. It may be the fact that you just don't like the whole season of giving and receiving like this. Maybe you're a person that's always giving and feel like you receive a little bit of nothing. Are you pouring out a whole Ace of Cups and your Ace of Cup is only being filled up with a Page of Cups? Just enough. Eventually you are depleted. You don't have anything to keep pouring back out. And how does that make you feel? What is the sentiment when you pour out everything and get back a little bit of nothing? Does it make you feel like you're good enough for someone to pour back into you the way that you pour out? Maybe not. Let go of the need of approval. It's here as well. I will say today it's been difficult. I did a reel on Facebook. I had to do it I don't know how many times to try and get it out. It's based on this same thing. So I do feel like it's a message here. It's a message that this energy don't want me to put out, don't want me to say, but we gonna say it. Because one, I know that I'm sealed and I'm protected. This space is protected. I'm protected. This message is protected. We are protected. Anyone that the Father brings to this space to resonate with this message is protected. And if you are here and you resonate, it's because the Father wanted you to be here. It is the now for you to have this message. So I pray that you receive it. And I receive it in a way that is meant for you to have it. The God of your understanding speaking to you in a particular way that is for you specifically. Okay, let's get into it. Letting go the need of approval. Oh, first I have to say this. Because this right here, quote, when I read it, I said to her, I've been saying this for I don't know how long, and I know I read it somewhere, but I'm not really for sure where I read it, but it was like, oh, that is so true, and that is my thing. What? Okay, you are good enough whether other people validate you or not. We read that part, showed it to you, right? But listen here. Oh, Wayne Dyer. Wayne Dyer, D-Y-E-R. I have his book, Pulling Your Own Strings. We talked about that. Yes. Is it over here, Father? Nope, it's over there. Yes, it is. It's over there. It's over there. Pulling Your Own Strings by Wayne Dyer. Good book, okay? And what other people think about you is none of your business. Get that. What other people think about you is none of your business. It ain't. Because 90% of the time, folks are projecting. What they think about you really ain't about you. What they think about you is how they think about themselves, and they tell on themselves every time they tell you how they think about you. Get that. So all these conversations about you should be this and you should do that and you should. No. It's not about you. It's about them. How they feel about themselves. Either it's a system of control, feeling like you need to do what they did to get whatever results you are looking for. Trying to tell you how you should feel about yourself. How you need to journey on your pathway. Who, what, and where is the God of your understanding? Projection of their own fears, their own anger, their own insecurities, their own emotional, chaotic state. Again, because a lot of people that look like they got it together ain't really got it together. They don't. Again, self-discovery is a whole lifetime journey. And if they are still discovering them, they damn sure can't tell you all about everything about you. How? How are they going to tell you about you when you haven't even learned all of you? They still learning now. You ever been around somebody that wants to give you their unsolicited advice and just tell you what you need to do for you? They barely just woke up and probably didn't even pray. But for somehow they think they got the tools to slay your dragons. How about you go manage your own dragons? So what does this book say? Let go of the need for their approval. Do you approve of you? Are you serving up something that's edifying onto self and edifying onto the Most High God? Are you giving out something that the source itself would eat? Come on with it, Father. Just saying. Are you serving out something that is good for you, like your real you, your kingdom gut space you? Something that you could serve up to the source and offer that up, and then serve it out onto your fellow brethren, your fellow wheat, so that they could be fed and edified? And then that can come together and galvanize that energy, like we come together in agreement and galvanize it, and we can serve that up to the Most High, because quite contrary to what the world will tell you today, you the wheat, baby, you are the bread. You are called for good bread. And oftentimes we get caught up in other people's opinion. And there's a whole bunch of stuff out here like, really? Because if I'm whole wheat and you whole oat, how you going to tell me that my wheat ain't good enough? Why? Because you like oat? So, that's your business. If you don't like wheat bread, then don't come over here looking at my wheat bread. Go mind your whole oat business. Because what you think about me ain't none of my business. It's just really not. You know what's my business? What I think of me. That is my business. So when my mama told me when I was a kid to mind my whole wheat business, yeah, you can keep your opinions to yourself, especially if they unsolicited. They didn't ask you what you think about me. And if I did ask, I have to be willing to accept what you tell me and then dissect it and see and break it down. Is what part is projection and what part is really me? What can I use and what is not for use? What's edifying and what's not? Was it meant to edify me or was it meant to tear me down? Because you got a problem with your whole self. You can't come to good with your whole you, so you want me to feel a certain kind of way about my me. Or if I feel good, or at least could come to terms with my whole me, you got a problem with it. You shouldn't accept that, or you shouldn't be like that. I am what I am. I am that I am. And I'm good with what I am. And whatever I need to change and correct and adjust, let that come from the inside out. Let it be through self-revelation. Because I meditate and I ask for things to be revealed onto me. Let me see it. Let me see what situations in my life, what lessons come from to me. What does my past track look like? And how do I need to adjust in my now so that I can go forward in goodness? Self-auto-correcting. Do you know your body itself does an auto-correct? I mean, like, your DNA code get wrote down and something is an error in that. Them enzymes will come back and erase that and rewrite that code the right way. Supposed to. So autocorrect is built in. Self-adjustment is built in if you tune in to self. Yeah. So let's get a couple of tips about releasing the approvals of other folks. Because again, they on a journey to discover them. And then sometimes with them doing the hard work of their own shadow work, they want to work on you. Get that? Yeah, because it's much easier to project on the outside and look at that and point at that instead of looking on the inside and do some internal introspection. Everybody want to cast their opinions on the outside. And we taking that on as if it is valid. It's not. And it really ain't none of your business. Again, what somebody else think about you ain't none of your business. You know what I think about you, which really ain't none of your business, but I'm gonna offer it unsolicited. I think that you are an expression of the Most High God, that you are pure potentiality, pure consciousness, and you can be or do what you want. Now, whether it's self-edifying, that's up to you. Anything in these sessions is all recommendations. Recommendations. No judgments here, none. Why? Because I don't even judge me. Why would I judge me? I got to get to good with my whole me, my north, my south, my east, my west, my up, my down, my low, all of that. Whatever is going on in here, I got to get to good with that. That's the test. That's the lesson. To get to good with your whole self. And then decide which way are you going to polarize. Are you going to polarize to the negative or are you going to polarize to the positive? What's your charge? Because all of us came here with a charge. How are you going to adjust your energy flow? Are you going to edify self so that you can edify the source? You can charge the source with that good, positive energy that makes you rise up? Are you going to charge your wheat and give that out? Emanate it out from the inside out. Despite what comes at you from the outside, because creation comes from the inside out. Everything is created from the inside out. Anything you want to innovate, it came from the thoughts in the spirit space on the inside, and you pushed it out. I have a baby. Guess what? It was created from the inside, and then it came out. Everything, the seeds start in the dirt, and they grow up and out. Everything starts from the inside out. There's even theories that the water comes from the inside and flows out. I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know about that. That's a part of the mysteries of life. Something that we have to work and have it revealed onto us. Maybe it won't be revealed. Who knows? I don't know. It's a great circle of life. I heard Mufasa. As we eat the antelope, in the antelope, we go to the ground and become the grass, and the antelope eats the grass, and we're all connected in a great circle of life. Yes. Every piece of creation is just another piece of creation doing what it's designed to do. So I have no authority to judge or quantify you. I don't. Just like you have not the authority to judge or quantify me. You just don't. And if you do, you can keep that to yourself because it's none of my business. And if you happen to say it unsolicited, then it's on me to determine whether I'm going to accept that or not. Let go of the need of other people's approval. Let's talk about a couple tips to do that. Tip number 1. When you deal with rejection, recognize in what ways you are rejecting yourself. When you deal with rejection, recognize ways that you are rejecting yourself. No one likes rejection, but it's infinitely more painful when you see it through the lens of our own self-rejection. We magnify what we think we see when it comes to confirm our worst fears about ourselves. We magnify what we think we see when situations come to confirm what we already think about ourselves. That's important. Here's why. Because we receive what we think. We accept what we think. So yeah, if you're thinking, I gotta grab the whole stack or it's gonna fall down. We fall down, but we get up. We fall down. Where are you? Oh, that is it. I'm tripping. Like, it's right here in my hand. As a man thinketh. Can you see that? Good thoughts and actions right there. Good thoughts and actions can never produce bad results. Bad thoughts and actions can never produce good results. But this is but saying that nothing can come from corn but corn, and nothing from nettles but nettles. Men understand this law in the natural world and work with it, but few understand it in the mental and moral world, though its operation there is just as simple and undeviating, and they therefore do not cooperate with it. Don't cooperate with it. Feeling like you can have chaotic thoughts but receive peace. Feeling like you can think about yourself in such a way that you're not worthy, that you're not valuable, that you're not good enough, yet feel like your whole world is going to reflect that you are good enough, that people are going to come and tell you that you're good enough. Again, seeking the validation of others with your thoughts. If you secretly internally don't believe that you are good enough, I'm putting green ink on my chest, you are going to bring people into your life that will validate the fact that they don't believe that you're good enough. If you don't believe that you're good enough, you're going to get people that treat you like you're not good enough. And then you'll be looking for their approval and put yourself in what type of cycle is that? Looking for people to validate that you're good enough because you don't feel good enough. But then you call in people who treat you like you're not good enough. Why? Because those thoughts are going to pull in exactly what they are. You can't get rice from corn. One after its own kind. Everything bears fruit after its own kind. So if you change your thoughts as a man thinketh, then you will change your results. You'll change what you attract. You'll change what you put in, pull in. And you have to do that eternally, which is why other people's thoughts are not your business. Because half the time their thoughts are scattered. Their thoughts are conflicted. They have not come to good with them in their whole beingness to tell you anything from a balanced state. Because they themselves are not balanced. So it's the blind leading the blind, beloved. It is the sick leading the sick. The hurt hurting others. When you feel someone's rejecting you, step back and ask yourself, how could my interpretation of this be a mirror of what's going on inside of me? We just literally said that. Looking at yourself to see what am I doing to put this energy out? Because they are a reflection of something going on inside of me. Energetically, I've pulled this in to reflect a part of me back to myself for my own growing, for my own learning, for my own ascension. And I accept this lesson for goodness sake. Goodness and edification. Yes. So if you coming at me in a certain kind of way, I have to realize that I called you to my space for a reason. Somehow or another, we energetically aligned, attract. And in that attraction, I have to see, what is it about me? You don't get to tell me, because that's none of my business, but I can observe it. And even if you tell me something unsolicited, I still have to observe it. If you rejected me for a reason, whatever the case may be, I observe it and I learn from it. Let's get the next one. Challenge your assumption that other people are judging you. Challenge the assumption that other people are judging you. Are they judging you, or are you judging yourself? When we worry about what other people think, we often assume they're judging us harshly. Recognize that they're likely not thinking about you as much as you think. Again, projection. Are you projecting, or are they projecting? Everyone is projecting. Everyone. And they're struggling with their own insecurities. Just said that. Everyone is projecting. Everybody, if people come and tell you what they think, they tell it on themselves. What they really are insecure about them. Yeah. When you start focusing on the negative things you assume other people are thinking, you're free to focus on your own thoughts. We just read that in As a Man Thinketh. Don't focus on your own negative thoughts or the thoughts of others. If anything, see your negative thoughts. Let them flow past you like a reel and see them. That way you can recognize what's there and work through it. Adjust what it is that's causing the emotion. The emotion itself is, a warning system. Your thoughts is what's going on in there. Warning, warning, warning. We probably thinking some fucked up shit. And we need to see that so we can adjust it. And look at it from a real standpoint. And tell yourself the truth. I mean, if it's something that you need to adjust, tell your truth about it. I have a problem with this. I have a problem with cheating or infidelity. I have a problem with womanizing. I have a problem with gluttonous or vanity. I, I seek vain things. Why? And just discover it for yourself. But the ability to look at yourself is just the whole thing. Because everything around you is a mirror to reflect you to you. You are calling in yourself at all the time. What does your world look like? And if you cannot feel the realness of your world, it's because something is blocking your ability to feel it. Maybe you are not being really real if you can't feel your realness. Yeah. It's something in you that you're not being authentic about if you can't feel the authenticity of creation or other pieces of creation like other people. If you can't feel the authenticity, if you can't feel the real, if you can't feel the intimacy, it's something in you, beloved, that's blocking that feeling. There's a layer in here. There's a blockage. And to go into self and break that down is everything. Let's go to the next one. See it as a positive sign if some people don't like you. See it as a positive sign. Why? If you're being yourself without censoring yourself, like we just said, being your whole real you. If you're being yourself without censoring yourself to please your audience, it's inevitable that some people will dislike you. While this may be uncomfortable, it's the only way to open yourself up to people who will really appreciate and value you for who you really are. You become real and authentic, again, we're all mirrors. My authenticity pisses people off. But guess what? I've accepted the fact that I'm designed to piss people off. You're not going to like everything that I say. That's why I say challenge alert. I might say something that challenges your belief system. But I'm only being real and authentic with myself. And I'm unafraid to put that out there. Because I do know that there are people who will appreciate that authenticity. There's going to be ones who are not going to like it. Why? Because it's going to reflect a part of them that they have not yet dealt with. And usually if you go deal with what it is that I'm projecting or reflecting back to you, then we can come to good with that. And come to balance and get peace. There's a compromise there. Because my goal is not to change anybody. These is all recommendations. You get to do what the hell you want to do. I can't tell you to do fuck shit. It's all a recommendation. But just know that whatever it is that you do, whatever adjustments that you make should be edifying onto self, that you can edify the source. If you can serve that up to the source of creation, because you called for good bread, you are the wheat. So to strengthen yourself and become better wheat, more nourishing, that's self-edification. Brightening up them lumens so that you can match the frequency of the Most High God or the frequency and vibration of the things that you want to call into your life. That's why it is eternal introspection, self-discovery is the thing. And when people come to you with a nonsense, it is projection about what's going on the inside of them. Has nothing to do with you, therefore it is none of your business. They can keep it to themselves. So when some people don't like you, oh, that's a good thing. That's a positive sign. And then you just put up your boundaries and tell them to keep that energy over there. In they lane, away from you, and over there. Keep a self-appreciation journal. Yeah. Keep a self-appreciation journal. Write down the great things about you, beloved. Yes. Keep a log of all the things you appreciate about yourself. The compassion you show other people. Ooh-wee. Because, see, love is a frequency. We talk about that thing like it's an emotion. It's not. Love is a frequency. And it has a whole, like, what's that thing where you go from alkaline all the way up to what? Acidic and alkaline. That's how I look at love. Yeah, it's a whole scale. Ooh, my whole head lit up, didn't it, Father? Yes, let's get it. Father say, like, seriously, love is a frequency, like acids in alkalinity. Get it, Father? Yes, because look, it could go from hatred to bitterness to jealousy to envious, all of that. That'll eat your ass up, and yeah, all the way to sympathy, empathy, communicating for the sake of understanding so that we can give compassion, getting on the pathway to knowledge, and that leads us into wisdom to peace. What? It's a whole frequency, beloved. Where you at on the frequency scale? What's your pH balance? What's your love balance? Come to balance. That's why we here, to come to balance. Balance with your whole you. Because you got all them attributes in you. Every one of us do. And to come to balance, into an agreement with your whole self, oh yeah, that's a thing. That's a whole thing. That is the thing. And once you do that, you can definitely feed and edify self, raise up them lumens, this heart space, unlock it, grow it, expand it. Give that up to the Most High, because you the weak. Now, if you go a step further to edify your weak, those outside of you, that's a whole nother layer. Sharing the goodness of self, testify, testimony. Testimony means to roll. That's why we here. Ashe. So why? So my weak could be edified. Recommendations, sweet. I can't tell you do fuck chick thing. No. All I can do is be real and authentic with you about my testimony. Let the cards come out to show myself approved. I study. My books is out to show myself approved. And then you go study. Be diligent so that you can show yourself approved. Why? So that you can edify yourself. Why? Because you called for the weak. Why? Because you was made for good bread. Just saying. So keep a self-appreciation journal. Yeah, do that. Keep a log of all the things you would appreciate about yourself, the compassion you show other people, the choices you made to honor your instincts. Honoring your instincts. You could feel that energy come against you, come up on you like, yeah, no, that ain't right. Go on about your business. Go on. The times when you've bounced back from difficult situations, that lets you know you can get through whatever you're going through right now. I know I can get through because I've been brought through. And if the same source of all brought me through that, it'll bring me through this. It is with me now. Didn't bring me to it, not to bring me through it. Come on with this thing, Father. When you feel like you need someone else to validate you, turn to your list and use it as a way to validate yourself. Turn to your list and use it as a way to validate yourself. Let this be a reminder that you are strong and capable, that you are someone who can make decisions without needing other people to agree with them. I don't know what I did. My pen, I was in this book. I'm going to underline that. Someone who can make decisions without needing other people to agree with them. That hit me in the kingdom. Because I feel that for somebody, like, you need to have, what about this? What do you think about this? What do you think about that? What do you think about this? Always asking for somebody else's approval and validation. And then when they don't give it to you, you probably walk away from your dream, from your idea, whatever the case may be. Cut it. You need to cut it. Why? Because the Most High gave you that idea, and it could be a vision that nobody else is going to understand. They can't see it. So are they going to give you their approval? Probably not. What are they going to do? They're going to project their own fears and insecurities onto you, and you will receive that like they didn't validate it, so it must not be good. No. You take that idea, you run it, leave it in your kingdom space, run it up to the Father. The Father gives you that answer, boom, drop down on you. Whatever it says to you, you accept, surrender, and you move forward in that. You accept, surrender, obey, move forward. Boom, done. And you don't even have to tell nobody. Oftentimes, moving in silence is the best way. Because everybody don't need to know your business. Why? Because they probably going to tell you some shit that ain't your business. Like what they think. Because how many dream killers is out here? Because there's a whole bunch of people that got a whole bunch of fucking dreams. I think everybody have one every night pretty much when they lay down to sleep. And some people still sleep in their waking hours and they dreaming about a whole bunch of shit. But faith without work is dead. You could dream a whole bunch of shit, but if you don't put no action to it, it will always be a dream. You will be a dreamer. Not a go-getter. Not a I got it. Not a I did it. Not a I see it. Not a I have it. You will be a dreamer. You might as well just go lay down in the bed. What is the point of getting up? Just saying. But while you in the bed, the first thing, before you get up, call in your team. That validates you. You're a team. You got a whole spiritual team up in here. A whole team. Like it's a kingdom up in here. And in my Father's house, there's many mansions. Who live in them mansions? Who's in them rooms? I mean, because the infinite intelligence of the all has spirits. Like it has attributes. And each one of them attributes, in my opinion, is a spirit. That's just how I think about it. Right? So intelligence is strength. I mean, yeah. It clues me in and lets me know that something's going on. I mean, I have emotions. Yeah. Intelligence says that I get downloads and ideas. Yeah. Intelligence gives me boundaries and warnings. And yeah, like I mean, it's everything. I can't even quantify how many attributes intelligence has. That's why a lot of the word, every scripture values intelligence and values wisdom. The intelligence of the Most High God that made everything, designed everything, that intelligence lives within you. How do you know it lives within you? Because you don't have to put no focused attention on how your cells replicate. You don't have to put no attention on no mitosis, no meiosis, no none of that. No renewal. Your body is refreshing itself all the time. You have a pineal gland back here that holds the infinite intelligence of the all, like everything that has existed. The intelligence is there. Do we remember it? No. We go through our life to unlock it, to remember it. And how are you asking for the approval of another person who has not unlocked themselves? Seeking on the outside that which is already within. But starting within self, in you, very first thing in the day, beloved, boom. Put you on the right path. You've already surrendered to your highest self. You've already gone in and let them know, hey, we rose. We in the conscious land. We in this plane. Okay? What is it that you would have us to do this day? Thank you for the opportunity to greet the day. Thank you for the opportunity to wake, pray, and slay. All right? Let's get a sip on that and let it sit in the chakra for just a second. That spiritual team is like a whole board. Board of directors, yeah. Everybody got their role. Everybody has their role. Spirit of joy is up in there. Oh, yes. And Spirit of joy knows what it wants to experience for the day. The infinite intelligence, it knows what the day will bring. The certain and the uncertainty. You can't see the uncertainty, but it does. And it can move you around. It could tell you, don't say that to that person. That's not that. Don't share that with them. Come away from that. Move away from that. Put a boundary right here. No. Block that energy out. Or allow that to come in and open up. The infinite intelligence will move you. The spirit of joy will give you a sense of peace that is beyond all understanding. Right in the middle of whatever you're going through, you could praise, you could have peace, and you can have joy that other folks just can't understand. You go back through my archives, you will see that I've had we had to find joy and peace in the middle of the storm. Like, we literally learn how to play in the rain. Take them boots off, my shoes off. My feet is splashing and kicking around in puddles. Fuck a shower cap, a hair wrap, a bonnet, or any of that shit. This shit is sopping wet with rain. I'm watching the thunder. I'm like being for show. Oh, yeah. Playing on the storm, in the storm, because sometimes it's just storming and raging. And instead of sitting there looking at the rain pour down, instead of listening to the thunder be loud and rain and being afraid of what I might see, I went out there and played in it. I let it energize me, leaning into the parts of me that was raging. How do I use it? How do I transmute it? How do I transform it? Become an alchemist. The rain nourishes the soil. It gives nourishment and nutrient and fresh flow. Let it flow over me. This storm right here is a gift from the source. Yes. It is His mercy raining down on me. It is coming to illuminate what I can't see in the dark, like the moonlight. And guess what? It's not a whole lot of people with enough courage to go dance in a thunderstorm. They're afraid of that tiny percent that you might get struck by lightning. Oh no, we out there. We got on. Fuck the galoshes. If I could be out there like my native ancestors in nothing, I'm gonna go that far. But I would probably get arrested for a decent exposure, so we didn't do that. But we damn sure shorts and a tanky and out there kicking around in the rain. Yes, it's something about the ability to play in the gray, to play in the rain. Accept your whole you, all of you. No approval from nobody else. Do you approve of you? Are you good with your wholeness? Are you edifying yourself? Are you nourishing yourself? Are you feeding yourself? And are you able to feed the source of creation with what you're feeding yourself? The thoughts. Could you say that to the Most High God? Your emotions and how you love. Is that how you love the Most High God? Because that's how you need to love you. Because you are a product of the Most High God. You are a representation of the creation itself, of the Creator. You are a thought of the Creator. The Creator thought of you and made you specifically, magnificently, wonderfully. Wonder on yourself. Fuck wondering about what everybody else thinks of you. What do you think about you? Make that list. Start that journal. And when you feel a kind of way, those emotions, that guidance system, that warning system says anything against that, read your list. Remind yourself of who you are. This is your girl Lati on the Tears and With Tarot show, where you show enough, never know what you're gonna get. Yeah, know this though. I love you. I love you just like I love me. I love me because I love the source that created all things by its infinite intelligence, and connects and binds us with the breath and force of life. Until the next now, we'll call this one Ashe.